After a while, you play a physical game, they're going to start, dapping you up on the way, be like, hey, nice hit, bro.
Yeah,
Kind
exactly.
of get your respect.
That's when you know you got him.
That's when you know you got him. For sure. Checkmate.
Circling back to you as a choir boy,
yeah,
I just heard that you performed at Carnegie Hall?
I'm a bass, so, I got a low, deep voice. I didn't tell my parents I was going to practices, so I'm just coming home late after school. Like, yeah, I was at tutoring, but people would go to my parents and be like, dang, Bobby played a great game this week. They're like, what?
All right, what's up, everybody? And my name is Victor Cruz, and welcome to the Players Lounge, a place where we get to know players on a different level, get to know them one level deeper. Obviously, we know what they do on the football field, but here we get a little into the nitty gritty, get to know them, get the vibes. And today, I am joined by my good friend Bobby Okereke, a fierce competitor, and I'm excited to get to know you a little bit deeper, man. What's up? How you feeling?
Sir. I'm blessed, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Before I go anywhere else after this right now, go Knicks. Let's get that out the way.
Knicks.
You see how I'm repping. You see what's going on. So, Bobby, okay, you're from California, grew up in a Nigerian household. What was your life like growing up? Take me back to the beginning. Take me back to the to young Bobby growing up in a Nigerian family and what that vibe was like.
Yep. Yeah, young Bobby. I had 3 sisters, 2 older sisters, 1 younger sister. I was a Boy Scout growing up. I was in the choir growing up. I remember in 7th grade, I was wearing a Yale t-shirt to school every day. Growing up in a Nigerian household, education was number one. Mm-hmm. Wasn't about sports, wasn't about extracurriculars. It was, go to Ivy League school, get good grades, and, that's how you're going to set yourself up for success.
Did they want you to be, did your parents want you to be something other than a football player growing up? Doctor?
100%. Yeah, okay. Doctor, lawyer, working on Wall Street, okay. Just doing something with my brain. But I figured a way to circumvent that.
So at what age did you have to convince your Nigerian family that you wanted to play football?
Freshman year of high school.
Okay, wow.
That's when I first started playing football.
So no Little League? You didn't play any Little League? No, you were doing all the other stuff?
Yeah, no Little League, no nothing.
Wow.
I was going to games, and funny enough, I was on JV and varsity at the same time, and I didn't tell my parents I was going to practices, so I'm just coming home late after school. Like, yeah, I was at tutoring, but people would go to my parents and be like, dang, Bobby played a great game this week. They're like, what?
I know as with the Nigerian family, I know they was like, what? Like, what is going on? Like, exactly. Bobby, come in here right now. We need to have a talk.
No, 100%. I remember one time I got this is my junior, senior year. I got a C on a math test, and my mom called the football coach, and she's like, yeah, Bobby's not coming to practice this week.
Oh, wow.
He's going to tutoring. He's going to get his grades up. So, yeah, they were strict.
That's incredible. Okay, so growing up in Cali, who was your squad? Who was your football team growing up?
I'm not gonna lie. I was a Raiders fan. My dad was an Oakland Raiders fan growing up.
That makes sense.
I was born in the Bay Area, actually. Born in San Mateo. So,
yeah. Shout out to the Bay.
Shout out to the Bay. Oakland Raiders.
And who's your favorite player? Who was your favorite player on the Raiders back then?
Honestly, back then, two favorite players. Maurice Jones-Drew, not on the Raiders, but just in general.
Yep.
And then Reggie Bush, especially when he was on the Dolphins. That was my guy.
That's what's up. That makes me feel very, very old, because I came up in the Reggie Bush era a couple years after, but I was in the Reggie Bush era. Now, circling back to you as a choir boy,
yeah,
I just heard that you performed at Carnegie Hall. I might need to hear a little something just for the people to get, so they know that you got a little voice back there.
Yeah, well, so it was a choir. I'm a bass, so I got a low, deep voice. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it was smooth. This is my sophomore and junior year of high school.
Wow.
Came out here. That was my first time coming out to New York and performed in Carnegie Hall, and it was a beautiful atmosphere.
That was incredible. So did you open for somebody? Like, what was the Carnegie Hall experience like?
It was us. It was some, bands that played, some concert bands, and then it was like 3 or 4 choirs that had an opportunity to perform. So it was about a 2-hour performance, and we were probably up there for like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, incredible. So also I heard that you went to they held a Stanford alumni reception, and Cory Booker was the speaker. New Jersey's own Cory Booker.
New Jersey's own, shout out.
How was that? How was that experience like?
It was incredible. Hosted it at my house in Weehawken. My buddy Donald Stewart, played at Stanford football, good friends with me and Paulson, helped me coordinate the event, and it was incredible. Great networking, different finance people there. The mayor of Weehawken was there. Mayor Hillside was there. And it was good. It wasn't too political. It wasn't too sports. It was more just about, networking and inspiring each other.
That's fire. What are you into outside of the game? Is that like when you see, like, if Bobby wasn't playing football, taking heads off on Sundays, what will Bobby be doing outside of the game?
I think it's tough because I got a lot of interests. I had a car company in Miami, so I like the entrepreneurial stuff. I studied like a finance degree at Stanford, so I enjoy finance. I really just enjoy networking and meeting cool people and learning. Honestly,
So well, New York is a great place for you, then, my friend. And
Man.
I've been seeing you outside. You're making your rounds. I see you doing your thing.
I'm active on LinkedIn.
That's something you don't hear every day. My guy is active on LinkedIn.
I'm active on LinkedIn.
Okay. So fast forward, we did childhood Okereke. Now I want to get to, you were drafted by the Colts in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee made the pick. And talk to me about like your first welcome to NFL moment as a rookie.
Yeah. So I was fortunate enough. I played a good bit my rookie year. I had great guys in front of me, Anthony Walker, Darius Leonard, that really showed me how to play the game, how to prepare like a pro. But my rookie year, I remember playing the Steelers. I'm playing outside linebacker, and I'm checking my B gap. When they run stretch the other way, your B gap travels, but I got a keen respect for offensive linemen after that play because, they're running the ball to the right. So I'm tracking it, look at the running back, and the tackle comes and nearly takes my head out. It looks like I'm surfing trying to keep my balance. But I was like, okay, before I line up, I'm gonna look at these offensive linemen and see who's looking at me before I line up. So I'm not, getting teed up to get knocked out. So
yeah, it's funny how the Steelers always have a story where mine is, I got a couple of Steelers stories, but my biggest one is playing against them. And I'm running a route. We're kind of on the fringe of the red zone. We're about to score, and I'm kind of open in the backside of the end zone, and I'm like waving Eli down. And at least I thought I was open. And then Ryan Clark hit me so hard, I literally couldn't breathe for like 35 minutes. Man. And I was like, okay, this one I'm gonna remember for a long time. Yep. So, but that Steelers culture and what they do, similar to what we do here, it's well respected, and it's something that that definitely stretches throughout the fabric of the NFL. Now, I want to talk about your most important decision that you made was signing as a free agent with the New York Giants in 2023. Tell me about your first welcome to New York moment, because obviously playing for other teams across the NFL is one thing, but New York just has a different fabric.
For sure. I think it's been a tale of two stories since I've been here. Coming in first year, being this big signing, like you see the highs are highs and the lows are lows. So you come in and you ball out. People are calling you, Pro Bowl snub, saying you're the best linebacker ever. Like they're gonna really hype you up. And then if you have a couple games where you don't play as well or people expect you to play better, you're gonna hear from it for sure. So. I think as being, an ultimate competitor, this is the environment you want to be in because it's old gladiator style. It's like when the crowd's holding the thumb up or the thumb down, like there's no in between. So it really, prepares you to be your best.
Talk a little bit more about that. I think because I always, obviously playing here, and I always talk to other people about the type of thick skin and the type of personality and character you got to have to understand that, right? The highs are the highs and the lows are the lows, but you have to operate kind of in the middle at all times.
100%.
Always, good, bad, or indifferent, you got to stay keen and you got to stay even-keeled so that you're ready for when the highs come and also prepared for when the lows come. Just talk about what type of personality you got to have to play in this city.
Yeah, you got to have a growth mindset. And like I said earlier, I love to learn, and I think, staying grounded and learning is what's really going to help you, stop chasing the highs and the lows because you can always get better. People talk about 1% better. There's always one technique that you can hone down more, one offensive or defensive scheme you can learn more. So if you stay, connected to that, really everything else is a distraction.
Yeah. So now, obviously, being in the New York, New Jersey area, I'm a big foodie guy. I love restaurants. I'm always eating. I'm always doing something outside to get the lay of the land and what's going on out here. And obviously, growing up in this area, I've seen the transformation of this area in different places to eat. So give me a couple places you like to visit, whether it's restaurants or just places that are outside. Or places you like to frequent on a weekly basis.
Yep. Blue on the Hudson place.
That's a popular one.
Man, near and dear to my heart.
That's a popular one.
Near and dear to my heart.
Why? Because they got the TVs, right? They got the setup.
They got the TV. They got the ambiance right there in Weehawken.
It's on the water.
It's right in the water. Great views. But the food is incredible.
Yeah.
They got sushi to seafood to Italian food. They really got it all. So Blue on the Hudson's top tier for me. In the city, there's a couple places. Sushi of Gari, if you like authentic, kind of like hole-in-the-wall sushi.
Somebody take notes on that.
Sushi of Gari, great place. I want to say maybe Midtown, a little bit south of Hudson Yards.
Okay.
And then I'm a big Soho House guy. I was there on Sunday. They had a nice brunch. Me and my buddies were there chilling.
I'm a member there also.
Yeah.
That's just a cool place to just chill,
It's a cool vibe.
catch a vibe.
Yeah.
People won't run up on you and take pictures and like do the whole thing because it's not legal there.
Yeah.
You can't take any photos in there. So that's the vibe. Okay, so let's switch up to game day. Let's talk about kind of your game day preparation. Any superstitions, any routines? Are you like do you eat the same thing before games? Like what's your vibe on game day?
If anything, I'm just strict on time.
Mm-hmm.
So if game starts at 1, I'm in the locker room by 8:45, 9.
Yep.
Just make sure I give myself enough time. I don't want to be rushed at all on game day. I want to have time to fold on my clothes, put the left sock on the left foot, right sock on the right foot, have my pants all organized. You go to my locker, it's, pristine because, I feel that's just like my physical space is going to reflect my mental space. So take the time to organize everything, get my stretch in, get my IV, see different, practitioners, and then go on the field, really take in the crowd, visualize the plays I'm going to make, and just get grounded.
What's the music vibes? Are you in your headphones? Are you getting dialed in from a music perspective? Who you listening to? What's your game day energy to get you ready to rock?
Yeah, I mean, when I get there 8:45, 9, I'm one of the first guys in there, so I'm on the aux.
I was about to. So y'all had the speaker in the locker room.
In the locker room. Yep.
Oh, see, we didn't have that. Coach Coughlin wasn't having that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in your headphones and that's it. Y'all just locking. Okay, so what's on the aux?
So when I start, probably like 9 to 11, I'm straight Afro beats.
Okay.
A Shake, a little Wizkid, a little Burna Boy.
Love that.
Keep the vibes,
Love
cool.
That.
And then 11, closer to like 12, is about to go on the field. I'm NLE Choppa.
It's time to turn it.
It's time to turn it up. I'm Lil Baby. I'm just turning it up a little bit.
Okay, fine. Is there any significance? See, I was an undrafted free agent, right? So I wore number 3 in the preseason. And, I'm just rocking. That was my college number, so I was always excited. I'm in 3. This is dope. And back then, we didn't have the option. We couldn't keep the single-digit numbers like you guys can now. But when I made the team, I remember coming in like, I get to wear 3 in the regular season. This is fire. I get to my locker, and I'm like, 80. I'm like, what am I, a tight end? Like, what is it? But at the same time, beggars can be choosers. I was undrafted. I'm like, I'm going to take this 80, and I'm going to make the best of it. Fast forward. It's a number that's synonymous, obviously, with Jeremy Shockey, myself, guys that done really big things with this organization. Does your number have any meaning behind it? Is something you had since you were a freshman in high school, or is it just something that kind of came?
Yeah, it just kind of came.
Okay.
When I was a rookie with the Colts, I think I got a choice between 2 numbers, maybe 54 and 58, and just decided 58. But I'm loving 58. Stayed with my whole NFL career. In college, I was 20. Playing the same time as Bryce Love. He was, balling, almost a Heisman player, so I switched to 40. So for me, I never really had like too much of a deep attachment to the numbers. Just balling out.
Just rocking. You hear him. He don't need no attachment. Just give him a helmet and a jersey. He going to make it work.
Man,
all right?
strap it up.
So you seem like a pretty chill guy. This doesn't sound like, at least to me, unless there's a gear that you change when you're on the field, that you don't talk too much trash. Do you talk trash from time to time? Or has anyone kind of came up to you and was chirping a little bit and has had that kind of back and forth throughout the course of a game? Take us in the trenches a little bit. I want to hear what's going on during the game.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I like to talk trash. It hypes myself up. And sometimes when you're kicking somebody's ass and you're talking trash, they'll back down. Mm-hmm. So there's a psychological warfare of it too. But some guys like to chirp, but at the end of the day, best way to shut somebody up who's chirping is hit them in the mouth. So. After a while, you play a physical game, they're going to start, dapping you up on the way, be like, hey, nice hit, bro.
Yeah,
kind of get your respect.
That's when you know you got him.
That's when you know you got him. So, checkmate. So
I love that.
Just try to stay in that mindset.
Okay, let's talk hobbies a little bit. What are your favorite, like, off the field? Well, first of all, I want to talk about, because I do a lot of work with the Boys and Girls Club, and I know you do too.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Boys and Girls Club kid.
Okay.
I grew up going there. My mom would drop me off. I mean, I would, not only would she drop me off in the summers, while she went to work, and I'd be there all day. But after school, I would jump on the bus. There was a bus that came through my school that I would miss sometimes. I'd have to be running after it, but that's neither here nor there. But there were buses that take me to Boys and Girls Club. So I literally spent my formative years that after school program was a big deal for me. That's where not only I got my work done and got to understand what time management was, but I also got to play basketball. I got to play sports. I learned ping pong. I learned pool. Like, that's where I got to hone in on my skills. Talk to me about the work you do with the Boys and Girls Club and how that kind of shaped you to become the man you are today.
Yeah. So being a Boy Scout, growing up my whole life, I was a Boy Scout all the way till junior year, got my Eagle Scout. So any of those youth development programs I think are very beneficial, especially for both my parents worked full-time jobs and, having 4 kids, it was a lot of strain on them. So kind of, the saying that it takes a village, Boy Scouts was very important to me. So working with the Boys and Girls Club, my marketing agent is married to Andre Reed. He's been a mentor of mine. He's got the Andre Reed Foundation.
Oh, Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa.
Oh, that's family.
Yeah, that's family.
Oh, what up,
family.
Teresa?
Exactly.
She's gonna love this.
Shout out.
Love this.
So, that kind of sparked the Boys and Girls Club initiative there. And last season, dealing with injuries and different stuff, didn't get the time that I usually got to put into, community service. For me, that's really important. So this offseason, wanted to commit to going to Boys and Girls Club every Tuesday.
That's dope. And shout out to Teresa, because I know you guys recently went to the aquatic center that I built.
Yeah,
in
I was about to
Patterson
say, I
at the
think we
Boys
took
and
a
Girls
picture
Club.
right by it.
Yes, exactly. So I appreciate that. And anytime you want to come to Patterson and do anything together, holla at me. I'll make sure I clear the schedule and pull up for you.
Yes, sir.
Because, giving back to the kids is what we do. It's part of it's just part of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me on that same path. Talk to me about NFL Africa.
So shout out Osi Umanyora. He's a big brother and, really role model of mine. Being a Nigerian American, first generation, I got the opportunity to go back to Nigeria last year with the NFL Africa camp in Nigeria in Lagos, and it was incredible. My parents are from there. I had 3 aunts and uncles, 6 cousins all there supporting, but to see the guys in Nigeria who, they're hungry. I get Instagram messages from them almost every other day, sending me videos of them working out. They're looking at different pages that I follow, different workout pages, and they're really just looking for an opportunity. So for me, it's just an easy calling for me to get back and pour into a community that helped raise my parents and help develop me to where I am today.
That's fine. I still haven't made it to Africa, man. What's Lagos like? Paint the picture for me one time, because I heard nothing but great things.
Yeah, it's beautiful. A lot of culture, a lot of music, a lot of food. It's a third world country, but that's why I feel like our culture is so strong, because it's built in adversity. My parents going through the Biafran War and just, all the necessary values and struggles that they went through to, stay resilient. I think that's huge.
Put Africa on the list. I got to make
Come
it
on,
out there.
say that.
We'll talk to OC too.
We'll
Get
see
me
you
out
there.
All right, we're going to play a game.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
This one's blind ranking. I'm going to give you 5 defensive plays.
Okay.
And without knowing what comes next, and you got to rank them.
Okay.
All right. First one is pass breakup.
I'm going to name that 4.
Okay, 4. Tackle for a loss.
3.
3. Okay. Forced fumble.
1.
Why the forced fumble? Because that changes the game.
That
right?
changes the game right
Okay.
there.
Okay. Sack.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I know what's coming next. So I got to put this one. I'm not a pass rusher. I'm going to put this one 5.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that for KT and Burns.
And then the last one, pick 6.
Pick 6. All right, 2.
Okay, yeah.
2.
Okay,
2.
that was solid. Okay,
Fair
got
enough.
another game for you.
Yep.
This one's called Football First, where you describe the first time you did any of the following things. First one is the first position you played.
Defensive end.
So you was always on defense.
Yeah.
He was always a head coach every time. Okay, first interception.
We're talking about through the league or through high school or?
First one ever.
First one ever. Dang, maybe my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Describe that one. What was that like?
Man, I was
Did you
playing.
pick off an out route?
I was playing defensive end, and it was a tip pass catch. One of those where you get up in the throwing alley.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good one. A little tip joint. Okay. First football jersey you've ever owned.
First football jersey.
One of them Raider joints.
No, not really. I don't know if I ever had a football jersey until I got in the league, honestly.
And it was your own.
It was probably my own.
That's also fire. That's also fire, though. Okay, dope. Your first college offer.
First college offer. UW.
UW.
Yeah. Shout out Steve Sarkisian and the boys.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay. First purchase after signing your NFL contract.
I bought my mom a Tesla.
Really? A Tesla?
Model Y. You know, she wanted a nice big 5-seater, so
That's what's up.
got her right.
Okay. First person you call after a game?
Definitely moms. You know, mom and dad, they're all together. Probably my older sister in LA too.
See, I couldn't call my mom after the game because she's in the family room
ready
to put me in a headlock or hug me with 9 of my family members.
Facts.
So being from here, it was a gift and a curse. People were like, yo, playing at the crib was incredible. I was like, yeah, it was dope.
Yep.
Until I had to get 23 tickets
Facts.
per week. And my family doesn't understand that. They not all free, guys.
None of them.
3 of them. We get 3 of them.
Really 2.
Really 2, for real. So, okay, last, finish this particular statement. The best advice I've ever gotten is...
Man. The best advice I've ever gotten. Man, you know, my dad always tells it to me. He'll always say, exercise good judgment. And, you know, for me, that's just a reminder to, you know, how I was raised, and just thinking about, you know, making my parents proud, my grandparents proud, everybody, you know, who watches me play football and looks up to me, just make them proud. So exercise good judgment.
Love that, man. Bobby, it's been a blast talking to you, man, getting to know you a little bit better, getting to know your vibe, what makes you tick, what makes you go. I appreciate you spending time with us today.
Yes, sir.
And go Giants forever, baby.
Yes, sir. Go Giants,
That's the Players Lounge, everybody. Go watch this thing wherever you can stream anything, and go Giants forever. Peace.